Hello everybody, DJ Shawnums here in part 3 of the EU4 tutorial series that we're doing. So I kind of wanted to go over a few things that I kind of realized I didn't touch on that I might have just glossed over really quickly. So earlier I tried to fabricate a claim on what used to be a province Irish person over here, and I could not. And the reason that I couldn't fabricate a claim is because you either have to be adjacent. So I could fabricate on this province or this province because I have counties adjacent, or you must share a sea tile. So a sea tile are these little broken up tiles of water, and they'll usually be named. And so, like, because we have provinces here in the Irish Sea, I could fabricate on this land because it's in the Irish Sea. You see that? But I couldn't fabricate on this piece of land because before we had this, our closest county was one of these, and that didn't share a sea tile. So I just wanted to go over that real quick. And secondly, I was a little confused because in the, I don't know what DLC it is, but normally you can declare a war based on your subjects' claims. See how it says Desmond has a claim on this province. However, in the base game, we cannot. We can't use our vassals' claims, so that's a bit of a bummer. So we're gonna go ahead and fabricate on Leinster real quick and try to get them while England won't defend them. Let's see. So yeah, I think we are gonna go ahead with one of these two wars up here. Let's check our missions. Let's see if we get anything. Do we get any claims for getting anything in Ireland? Does not look like it. So we are going to have to get claims ourselves. We do want to keep in mind the 1449 date is approaching. So if we do wage a war, I'm almost tempted to not wage war, but we have to. So I think we'll go for Ulster. Ulster, Munster. Yeah, let's do that. Let's advance time. We'll recall the Pope. The diplomat with the Pope, and let's get going. Now, I don't have to make them a co-belligerent, but we can take them, so I think we will, just because it's kind of efficient. We are going to take out the armies. We already have our infantry over here, our land units, so I'm not too worried about them having naval superiority. Our vassal is in some trouble, though. We'll try to swing around and help him out. We might still have naval superiority just for the simple fact that they won't be grouped up immediately. See how they're kind of spread out. Now, the good thing about having a vassal is his 2,000 troops. He's building some more. So, let's see. This is a level 3 fort. And I believe we're going to need... We're going to need like 9 troops to maintain that siege. So I'm just going to leave 1. I'm going to leave the bare minimum. And let's take a look at our military access. So something else I didn't bring up, which I should, is that these buttons might look different for you at the bottom. These are the shortcuts. You can right click any one of these squares and you can bind any of these shortcuts to a specific key that you want. So currently this is the setup that I have, where I have and you can have multiple bound. So I'm going to cycle through. Right now I have military access set to W. So I can see this is the current military access of all the shared nations. So every nation in this war can go through these zones. So right now we need to try to get Hammond on our side. And they have agreed. Click on this unit specifically, and we're going to go up there and smash their army. On pause. Now, Stalin is working to build on London. Wait, what? That's not what I wanted. I want to build a spy network in Leinster. Okay, we are still swinging around. We have an admiral. Gonna micro a little bit during the war. We'll break this blockade. And I think we will improve relations with our vassal. Can we do any of the vassal interactions? No vassal interactions, okay. Marching up. We are running super low on manpower. This is going to be bad. We're just trying to pick off their fleets. So they have 3 transports, 6 transports, and 6 light ships total here. And then 8 lights. We're a little banged up, but we're going to keep pressing our advantage. So this is 16 lights versus 4 lights and 6 transports. That's a great spread. Okay, we stack wiped all the armies. So now I'm going to hit Y because I have diplomatic shortcut to Y. Just to quickly go over real quick, this lets me see at a quick glance who I'm hostile to. The red is who I'm hostile to. So I know I need to occupy, if I put at least 1 troop, even if there's no men, on each province, they can't train any more troops. So we have a fort there, no fort there. Can I actually... Okay, that does not project a zone of control, so I can actually get to that area. We're going to leave the injured here in our home zone. We are going to... Actually, we're going to send 1,100 men to go siege that. We're going to send 4 men to siege that. We're going to send 4 men to siege that. And what we have left over, we'll send to Cork. Because we have... Our vassal has 2,000 troops. So if we send 5, we still can't siege that down yet. It looks like we will win the naval superiority. They're reinforcing, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, let's go fight that battle. Okay. We captured a ship. I'm just going to delete this ship because I can't sell them in the base game. And as you can see, when we go over force limit, it costs us extra money. Matter of fact, I think we're just gonna... We're just gonna delete these 2 units. Because that'll save us reinforcement cost. And then we are gonna delete the transport ship that we just captured. Normally I would save it to sell it, but since we can't, I shan't. All right, let's unpause. Now, this little 8 fleet is hunting over there. Do I care enough to go hunt it down? If I hunt it down, then it can't really catch me off guard when I'm trying to split. Let's go take them out. We might lose a bark. We have to be careful. This 65%. Let's keep an eye on it. All right, we won. Let's split off the really damaged ships. Let's have it park there. And let's go to the Irish Sea. Nope, our vassal is actually maintaining a blockade in the Irish Sea. Okay, we are occupying that. Let's go group up with our boys. We're not actually sieging. We don't have enough troops to siege Munster right now, so we don't need to blockade it. And in case you were wondering, you get, like I said before, I believe in part 1, everything happens on the monthly tick. So if we just watch for the new month, all these ships were repaired by 10%. So you can actually just like be out of port the whole month, and then as long as you get back in port for the monthly tick, you will get the repair. So what I'm going to do, when you complete a siege, the Navy is forced out. So I want to make sure 7 lights here. I'm going to send 3 lights over to my vassal just to help him. I'm actually going to get in port with both, just so we can be near to pop out and help him. Oh, see, now he's moving though. All right, and now we just got to advance time, wait for these siege ticks. England is still in their war. Great. Let's check on them. They're still at 56. The AI does not like to peace out for anything less than a 99% war deal a lot of the time. And it's usually to their detriment. Not good for them to do that. You want quick and efficient wars if you can. This is a little concerning. So we have 17,000 English troops on our border. And we have a royal marriage with Castile, but no alliance. So that's we have to get out of this war soon. So when you are at war, people will not ally with you. So you get minus 1,000 reasons. Scotland is at war. So really, we're 10 reasons away from an alliance. And overextension, dishonored alliance should go away in 2 years, which that's going to give us back 5 reasons for the Diplo rep. So we're close. Just gotta let these sieges go. We could actually almost start sieging Desmond. I actually should appoint my ruler as a guy, just in case something happens. We could lower maintenance to save some money because there's nobody left in the war, right? Not a single unit. But a rebellion could fire. Let's show provinces V. No unrest. No unrest. No unrest. So the odds of a rebellion firing on our armies are very low. So we'll go down to like 30, 40 maintenance. Because we're hemorrhaging money pretty badly right now. Ports are blockaded. Yeah, I don't want them doing that. That's not okay. When they blockade your ports, you receive devastation in the counties of the C zone. And devastation's bad. Local goods produced, which is basically money. Local manpower, which we're desperate for manpower. Supply limit, institution spread. It's all things that you want. Let's have everybody group up in the North Channel. We're gonna lose the siege progress from the blockades, but that's fine. Ooh, see, they poked out to kill my vassal. It's okay. So we sunk 3. We captured a light. I am gonna hang on to the lights because they do pay for themselves even over the force limit. This is a big fight. 18 lights versus 8. So we do have the advantage pretty handily. Okay, we sunk 3. We didn't lose any. Let's take a look. When you capture ships, odds are they're going to be severely damaged. So it's always a good idea to just tell the whole fleet to go there. All right. Let's just split in half. Nearly half. And go back to blockading. We do have a free diplomat. What do we want to do? Improve France's opinion of us would be good. Scotland is at war. Scotland recently dishonored trust. I don't know how to get trust back in the base game, I'm going to be honest. Can you even do like favors and stuff? Doesn't look like you can even do favors. So we should probably get claims. We're building a spy network in Leinster. Next, We're about to take these. Is England trying to be friends with anybody in Ireland? Doesn't look like it. That's good. They're guaranteeing Provence. So let's start building a spy network on this dude. We're at 14% on both sieges. Tyrone declared war on Ulster. That's fine. We, as long as you're the first person to the occupation, you will get the credit for the siege. So he declared a pointless war, essentially. Now, the neat trick is, though, we can actually vassalize Ulster, and we will inherit his war with Tyrone as a defender. I don't think I want to vassalize Ulster. Okay, so we're coming up on 1449. We can piece these guys out. It'll cost us... Oh, nope, they're not willing to accept yet. Length of war, ongoing battles. Right, because we forced their navy out. So now we can actually maintain this siege of Desmond. Okay, we captured another light. Very cool. Very damaged. Let's take all the damaged ships and have them chill in the harbor. And then let's get ready to blockade Desmond. And we do need to peace out, so let's get a diplomat on the next month. So yeah, when you take things that you're not supposed to, so even though I made Sligo a co-belligerent, I'm still not supposed to be taking their land, because it's not what we declared the war over. The war is for Ulster, right? It's the only thing we declared over. But I think we will spend the 28 Diplo. 16 aggressive expansion is fine. It'll tell you down here if there's going to be a coalition, which is when our nations band together, basically to chop you back up into little tiny pieces. It'll cost us 68 admin points to core all the land. Yeah, that looks good to me. We'll take max money by shift right clicking for 35 gold doubloons. We'll take it. And we will core all of that up. It does cost more to core when you have war exhaustion. See how currently we have one whole war exhaustion and it's rising because we aren't at peace, so we don't lose the 0.1 from being at peace, and we are attritioning by doing these sieges. But what is it? It's like 6%, it said? 3.2%. That's very minuscule on low development provinces like these, so no sweat. Let's if your leader is in a siege and dies, you actually lose 2 stability, I believe. So it's very good to make sure your leader is not actually participating in sieges. All right, we successfully got Ulster. These guys are gonna fight. I don't really care. So yeah, let's continue building a spy network in Leinster. I don't really care about that fight whatsoever. We're going to take over the siege. We're going to get these injured guys off. And let's see. So our vassal actually has 3,000 men here, so we can take another unit off. I do this to save attrition because we need all the manpower we can get. And now we're just going to roll with the... So they have unconditionally surrendered. However, if we actually... You don't need a diplomat to check the sue for peace. However, because we do not ally or occupy Desmond, Munster, excuse me. Because we don't occupy the fort here in Munster, we can't actually claim it yet. And if we piece these people out, they're the main person we declared the war on, so the whole war would end. So we're going to leave them in the war. A little mean. Going to take a while, but it is what it is. Let's see. We have 9 transports there. Where's my other fleet? We have 8 ships repairing. You can actually do another shortcut, I believe is A, which will detach all ships that need to be repaired and leave them in port automatically. It's pretty cool. Matter of fact, you can do that while at sea. Like, I'm going to push it, and they're separate. So we're just going to tell them to go dock in Cork. And we'll push it again because almost all of them repaired to 100. And now, because the enemy unconditionally surrendered, we're getting what's called Call for Peace, which will exponentially increase the longer the war progresses, because we're really kind of being bullies. Also, let's stop looting land we're about to own. We're really being bullies right now. So our war exhaustion is going to continue to climb. See, that Call for Peace is 0.02 right now. It's going to rise and rise. So it's really an incentive to end the war as soon as you can. But we have no choice. We have to do this. We have to make it count. We have to make our time. We have to be efficient. Look how much we've grown already, but we can't be too satisfied. Look at these provinces. 5 development, 8 development, 6 development. We're about to get 4 development. Look at England, for example. 20 development, 14 development in Essex. 10, 9, 6, 6, 8. Like, England as a whole, Kent is 12. England as a whole is much better than us. Okay, so now the time has come. It has been 5 years since we took out our loans. That's how you know. This is also a good way to tell when to seize land, but we can't seize land while at war, so another incentive for us to get out. We are not going to pay back any of these loans because they are only 1% interest. So we will extend. Shortcut's not working for some reason. We will extend the loans. That's fine. We can actually fabricate our claim on Leinster. Now, I don't think we're gonna... The siege speed would be nice, but we are gonna try to improve relations with France before the month. And unfortunately, I would love to be at peace, but I think we need to immediately turn around and declare a war on Leinster. Okay, so the Renaissance has spawned. Now, so the way institutions work, you embrace an institution and you get these benefits. The institution will spawn in a certain province. The Renaissance will always spawn in Italy. As you can see, it spawned here in Lucca. I keybounded Y to institutions, so I can see, and that these lines mean that that's where it's currently gonna spread. So it's not really important that we have it right now. We could start deving it. One of the reasons why I mentioned that the burgers are very important to get to 60 is because they get dev cost. We can actually also do a new diet now. Stab to 3, prestige of 50, or 30% trade power in the North Sea trade node. 50 admin power would be good. 50 admin would be really great, because then we could kind of recoup some of the cost of what we've been paying to core. And 50 prestige is not difficult. Let's just see. If I didn't take the land here, or if I made Desmond a vassal, right? We could end rivalries for 10 prestige. Or 30% in the North Sea trade node should be relatively easy. We currently have the most trade power because it's kind of a crappy trade node. And our ships aren't even protecting trade. So I think we'll go for this. This is a half price advisor as well. So that will help us generate monarch points just by the fact that it's an advisor. I did not want to combine those. Let's group up. Okay, our whole fleet is fully repaired. War is almost over. Call for Pete's is... Ooh. Getting bad. Getting bad. I'm sorry. So yeah, we have dice rolls going on right now. So it's really up to fate for when we get out of this. Really up to fate. Okay, Naples will become independent from Aragon. Naples is over here. They start out underneath Aragon. But they usually fall back underneath somebody. Either France, Aragon, Castile. Alrighty. So now we're about to fight a naval battle. And I think I will let that happen. Let's also get our claim. And let's end that. Let's get that spot, that diplomat. So you should get, I believe we'll get a little bit of prestige from this naval battle. We'll let that happen. Let's stop looting the land. We might even capture another light ship. We captured 2 transports, which I'm immediately going to delete. We might save 1 just to have an even 10. I like having even, or like having increments of 5 or 10 for my fleet transports. We will disband this other cog. We will now set them to protect trade in the North Sea. We might satisfy the mission just from that. And now we're going to knock out the secondary participant first so that the war doesn't end with Ulster. So we are not going to do what I said and remember to clear all. So we will get 5 aggressive expansion, very manageable. Shift right click for measly 10 gold. And Desmond is ours. I could have actually... I can still do it. I will... No, I can't. Not without DLC. I should have given this to Desmond so that they would have had to pay the admin points for coring it, but that's fine. Again, still 6% of 21. So negligible. I don't mind paying for that now. And now we have to wait for our dude to come back. We will actually start getting our morale back now. Reinforcements. We are losing a bunch of money. Why? Over force limit for fleet. That's not a lot. Fort maintenance. Right, so we've picked up a new fort in Desmond. And I have forts keybound to I. So as you can see, we currently have a fort in Dumfries. We have a capital fort in Lothian. And that's it. So we do actually, to maintain army tradition, which is this right here, gives morale of armies, manpower recovery speed, siege ability, manpower, national manpower, very good stuff. You want to always have your army tradition high. It sucks at the beginning of the game, obviously, so it improves over time by fighting battles. And to maintain it, see how it's decreasing at 0.05 yearly? And we have fully maintained forts at 0.98. That's because for every 50 development, you need to have 1 fully maintained fort built. Now, a capital fort does not count, I believe. So the reason we're getting that 0.98 is because currently we do have Desmond and we have Dumfries. So I think for that reason, we will not delete the fort in Desmond, although it's kind of a crappy fort. It only protects Cork because forts, as you can see by these bordered lines, they protect adjacent provinces. So even Dumfries isn't really that great, but it's in a pretty good location. It's hills, which is defensive terrain, and it borders England. However, Desmond doesn't border anybody. It's behind our vassal. So we will want to get rid of it eventually. And I think... So if I... Ooh. It's costing us a lot. If you mothball it, you don't get the fully maintained forts bonus either. So let me think here. By the way, how close are we to... I can't tell yet. It didn't update. That's a toughie. So with the fort... We are paying for forts because this technically is an occupied fort by us right now. Army maintenance is quite a bit. We only make 5.86, which is our problem. That's fine. Let's end this war. Let's see what our finances look like in a little bit. We're just going to keep taking land. We'll take the 20 gold because that's how our economy's staying afloat right now. And we will immediately... for it. We can set rivals. You really only care about rivals when you're trying to get towards 50 power projection, because then if you get to 50 power projection, you get one of each monarch point. We can't really do that because all our rivals are way too strong. Like Denmark, we could theoretically beat, but it'd be a war. It'd be a costly war. It'd be a war. I'm trying to beat up little people right now. Littler countries that are weak. So if we shift consolidate, so if we hold shift and click that button, our reinforcement cost will go down. 0.53. Man, we are really doing bad. Economy wise. This is a really crappy economy we've got here. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop part 3 there. And maybe in the next part, we'll go into institutions and development, because I think that's the best way to get out of a weak economy like ours currently is to dev. So, yeah, we'll do that in the next part. I'll see you there. Have a good one.